Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick.
Venomancer.
Ten seconds remaining.
And welcome back, everyone, to yet
5
another
seconds
game.
remaining.
This is, of course, the Star Ladder I-League Invitational Season 3. Previous game that I cast, what a game it was. Immortals versus DC, and well played by
Radiant
Immortals. Just
team
showing
pick.
dedication, showing composure, and outplaying DC, getting the win 2-0. This, of course, is Team VG.Storm or VGJ.Storm versus the Dire. Luckily, the Dire is actually playing on Dire, so I'm not going to get too tongue-tied. But next game, if they do pick Radiant, I don't know what I'm going to do there. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for all the support on stream. I'm Reddit's Dota, and let's just get straight into this. VGJ banning out the Nature's Prophet as well as the
10
Night
seconds
Stalker.
remaining.
Nature's Prophet becoming one of those first phase ban heroes,
5
first phase
seconds
pick heroes.
remaining.
If he's not picked up in the first phase or banned out, he normally just gets bypassed
Radiant
until the
team
second
ban.
phase gets picked up. But banning both of those out, basically a global presence with the Nature's Prophet as well as the Vision with the Night Stalker, Lich, and the Necrophos being banned out here from Dire. So that left two very strong heroes in the pool, Venomancer
10
and Ancient
seconds
Apparition.
remaining.
Venomancer was picked up first pick here from the Dire,
5
and in
seconds
my honest
remaining.
opinion, Veno is just has to be first phase, ban material if you're not going to pick him up. If you don't have first pick, then you ban him out, pretty much. Especially as you get to late game, level 25, that 3 times HP damage talent is just ridiculous. Ancient Apparition, though, getting that global presence as well as the teamfight control
Dire
and the
team
anti-heal
ban.
coming up. Earthshaker being picked up by VG.Storm, so they do have a good base to start off with, a good starting draft that they can build on, whether it's gank, whether it's team fight,
Radiant
whether it's
team
push.
ban.
They can do anything with the AA and the Earthshaker with the control that actually provides. Dire picking up the clockwork, so getting a little bit of gank, getting a little bit of zoning in with the Venomancer slow, as well as the cogs and the hookshot potential coming in. We might be
10
looking at yet
seconds
another
remaining.
slow kind of strat. I think...
5
Did I
seconds
actually cast the
remaining.
Dire yesterday? I think I did, and they went for a heavy kind of slow, not a lot of lockdown, but a lot of slow in their draft. So let's see what they decide to do moving forward here. VGJ.Storm banned out the Oracle, and I think in most games that I've been casting the Dire, the Oracle's always been second phase banned. So quite interesting there. Dire banning out the CK as well. Don't want that extra lockdown,
Dire
that extra
team
jump
ban.
with the Earthshaker and the CK, what they can provide. And now we've basically caught up. Sniper, of course, being banned out now as well by VGJ.Storm. Sniper will be able to give you that range advantage with the Veno as well as the clock, getting vision up as well with the shrapnel. I do like
10
it, with
seconds
clockwork
remaining.
going in, Venomancer getting a
5
Maelstrom up
seconds
early
remaining.
with the slow, as well as the Sniper standing all the way in the backline, just constantly chipping out when the Venos actually cast his ulti, as well as the shrapnel charges. Good ban out there coming from
Radiant team
VGJ.Storm,
pick.
and The last ban during the second phase is the Puck. Puck, of course, being able to control up, that can combo well with the Ancient Apparition as well as the Earthshaker. A very strong mid hero. And honestly, if you do have the likes of the AA as well as the Earthshaker and you get a good Dream Qual off, or even a good stun with the Earthshaker, that sets up for a good Dream Qual after that, and an Ancient Apparition ulti flying through with an Echo Slam following up, it's a lot of team control. Sure, it's long cooldowns, but every time those cooldowns are up, you could just group up and push. As soon as those cooldowns have been triggered, you just farm up a bit, make sure you don't die, rinse and repeat. So, Storm, what do they actually decide to do here? Do they go on for a ganking strat with the AA and ES, or do they pick up something like a Faceless Void and just go for the full-on combo? We've seen it before, AA Void as well as Death Prophet, but it's going to be a Darkseer, so still fulfilling the same role. The Vac into, well, it can start off with a Vac, or it could start off with the Earthshaker's Fissure, setting up for a good Ancient Apparition ultimate. We might even see a Sven coming through here from VG.J.Storm just to combo up with that, possibly followed up with a Death Prophet. We've been seeing lots of similar kind of strats when AA and Earthshaker have been picked up first phase. Let's have a look at the Dire. What's their next pick? Are they going to continue on with the slow kind of strat with the Venom Monster, getting that dot damage down? And yeah, give it a bit of break. Just quickly going to drink a bit of water. Long night so far ahead of us, and I do think that this can go all three games. The Dire beat DC today 3-0. VGJ.Storm beat DC, I think, yesterday or earlier 2-1. So both of these teams have beat DC within the past few days. Shadow Shaman being picked up here by the Dire. Okay.
10 seconds remaining.
Full on push, it seems like, although the Clockwork doesn't really fit into that build, but with the Venom as well as the Shadow Shaman, the multiple wards that can actually, the amount of damage they control for any kind of fight. So what the Dire is doing now with the Shadow Shaman, sure, it can push towers, the Venom can push towers, but the big thing about those two is if you drop the Serpent Wards in the middle of a fight, Clockwork can get, if he gets good cogs off, if he gets a good hook shot, Battery Assault down, Venom gets his ulti down with the Shadow Shaman wards. It's not your wombo combo like you can see with the Earthshaker, Darkseer, Ancient Apparition, but it's an anti-team fight draft. So if VGJ wants to team fight and go in with a team fight, literally two ultis, the Venom and the Shadow Shaman, can possibly destroy the entire team of VGJ if Clock can actually zone correctly. So let's have a look here. A Dire, I mean, I do like this draft. I like the consistency of VGJ's draft at this point. It's a very standard draft. The Morana's coming through now as well. It's very standard. PPD, though, on the other hand, he's just, I mean, look at these quick picks. Anti-Mage coming through now. So split push coming into play as well. Split push with a Shadow Shaman. Split push with an Anti-Mage. Split push with a Venom Monster. Vision up with a Clockwork. It's a very unorthodox draft, but I really like it coming out from PPD.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Let's have a quick look here. For those of you guys that don't know, I'm Reddit's Dota. Big shout out to Starladder and BTS, of course, for allowing me to cast a couple of games the past few days. And hopefully I'll be casting a lot more in the up and coming future. Thanks so much for all the support and everyone on stream. You guys have been awesome to talk to over the past couple of hours. So jumping straight back into the game. Let's have a look here. Temporal Assassin being banned out by VG.Storm. Okay, I can sort of see that. Temporal Assassin also quite early, early game aggression.
5 seconds
especially around the mid game phase. As soon as you can get a blink and a Deso up, can do so much damage with a splash coming through. Couple that with the Venom Monster as well as the Shadow Shaman. Clockwork Cogs once again. TA can do a lot of damage to the side of VGJ.Storm, even without a desert. Just an early blink dagger up with a slow. Once again, TA can provide slow. And the Venom, and then the splash coming through from Anti with the Battle Fury later on, as well as the side blades on the TA. Good band coming out there, and it can also control quite a bit. Both Venom, Anti, and the TA can farm the jungle very fast. So getting just a couple of ancient stacks off for the TA, couple of normal jungle stacks off for the AM can boost their farm significantly and give the side of the Dire quite a decent advantage. Now the Dire has to decide, what do they ban out here? Do they take out the Sven? Because VGJ might just go full on Wombo here with the ES Doxio Sven. Or do they decide to take out something a little bit a harder carry? I'm actually not quite sure. Mirana can go in that carry role if need be. He can also go in the mid role. It's going to be interesting to see what VGJ decides to do, and if they actually, decide to pick up something else like a Death Prophet, whether they put the DP in the safe lane or mid lane, it can actually combo up well and can give them quite a bit of sustain for the drawn out team fights that the Dire want to try and take here.
Dire team pick.
Oh, let's have a quick look here at the rest
remaining.
of this. Sorry, just a quick drink of water there. My throat killing me for the
5
past
seconds
couple of
remaining.
hours. Last ban that came
Radiant
out
team
from the Dire was the Bloodseeker. I mean, I do get it. Bloodseeker can, of course, control up another team fight. Can work well if the Earthshaker and Doxia get a good combo off Ancient Apparition with the Blood Rite or the silence coming through from the Bloodseeker. But Dire pick up the Queen of Pain to follow up with. And Queen of Pain getting even more slow off. Good AoE control. Queen of Pain and Venom Monster is, they're picked up quite a bit together. And yeah, VG.Storm. VG.Storm. VGJ.Storm pick up the Sven. So going for quite a predictable kind of draft. And looking at the two drafts, I mean, I do like VGJ.Storm's draft. It's a very stable draft. It's a very standard draft. It's a good draft. You can team fight. You can fight up. Sven can actually keep up with the AM earlier towards the mid stage of the game due to his cleave. I do like it. However, PPD's draft just gives that something extra in regards with how is VGJ.Storm actually going to fight into this? If they mess one single spell up, the Venom ulti, Shadow Shaman, as well as Queen of Pain ulti is just going to destroy them with a Clockwork splitting them up. And that's the biggest thing for the Sven is if Clockwork can split up the fight, where Sven can't actually get to the side of the Dire, it's going to be very difficult for them to actually try and fight and to follow up after the initial damages there. If the Earthshaker stuns, Ancient Apparition ulti flies through, Doxia, etc., if the initial spells go off, and the Dire is still alive, it's going to be very problematic for the Sven if the Clockwork, all the Clockwork has to do is just drop down his clock in the middle of the fight, split the fight up, and then all of a sudden the fight will go the way of the Dire. Well, everyone, let's quickly introduce the entire team of the Dire. Pycat's going to be playing the anti-mage, CCNC on the Queen of Pain, Zai on the Venom Monster, possible Venom, Insane Venom, Misery on the Clockwork, and last but not least, going up towards the top, PPD on the +5 Shadow Shaman. For the side of VGJ.Storm, lots of people are saying they don't know who this is or who this team is. It's basically Ritsu. A lot of people should know who this is. But yeah, Ritsu playing up on the Sven here. Just looking at some of the names here. Just trying to figure out who exactly is who. Not quite 100% familiar with the entire team. But it is going to be Flea running on this pos for Earthshaker. Ritsu, of course, on the Sven. Stand King on the Ancient Apparition. Sneaking on the Dots
30 seconds to battle.
And last but not least, I think Ryuya is 747. I think that's his other name. I might be mistaken. Yeah, I think it is 747. Looking quickly here, deep ward being placed here, just scouting out any rotations and wraparounds here. Placed by the Dire, not placed by the Dire, placed by the Radiant, just to see where the rotation, where the movement's coming through. And I think there was a standard D ward up here towards the top there. That I might have missed, or there was no ward there. I don't know. Get 2 standard bounty runes apiece. Nothing too special there. And let's hope these games are as action-packed as the games we watched previously were, because those games, I mean, those basically 2 kills a minute for the for the first couple minutes of the game. And this might be the same. Doxia is basically solo up here on the bottom lane, so we might not see a lot of action here, but Ritsu and the Ancient Apparition here towards the top, they can do quite a bit of damage, especially with the Chilling Touch. So it's going to be difficult for Pycat to actually come close here, because Ritsu can do a lot more damage to the anti-mage. Oh, I missed that one. First blood that I've missed over the past week. I do apologize for that, but very well played. And getting the kill here up for 747. Kill here, there's a Shadow Strike level 1, so no blink level 1. Queen of Pain could not go anywhere. Fissure into Mirana Arrow, yep, that's how they got the kill.
We say no.
And I just want to focus here on the top lane, because I think this is where most of the action will be coming from, but it will be between top and mid. So I'll try and focus on both of those two in the meantime. And let's have a look at the last hits denies. Mid lane being quite even between the two, between CCNC and 747 or Ryuya. Not quite, I think it's the same person. And snaking though, is there... Battery Assault is here, so we might actually see a kill coming through here if he can scout out Snaking. Mizu's busy looking for it, and there you go. The slow's actually here up on the Darkship, but Darkship just surges himself away. And that should be all he wrote, but Misery coming in. The Battery Assault is there as well. Snaking might be in quite a bit of trouble right now, but unfortunately it's only going to be Misery up versus Snaking. Can they actually do anything about this? But Zai is just, well, nowhere to be found. Snaking might still be in a bit of trouble right now, but he should actually be able to get out of this one. Just standard right clicks coming through here for Clockwork, and they can't really do much more than that. Quite surprised Zai just didn't come in forward with the Poison Sting, because this Poison Sting probably would have forced the Darkship completely out of lane, or would have got them the kill. But look at this top lane again, once again. 1 level up in mana drain. We might even see more levels coming up here, but Ritsu just constantly running around with 0 mana and just keeping that Enchanted Vanguard there in case he just needs to pop that stun. I don't think he will try and gain his mana back the whole time, because he's just going to take more damage the whole time with the anti-mage just constantly right-clicking him. So, you know, staying on absolutely no mana will be completely fine for him.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
A little bit of trouble there. And everything's back to standard PPD. He is just chilling here towards the top, making sure that the anti-mage doesn't get gone upon. I actually don't think they do have enough damage to kill the anti-mage. Anti will always just be able to blink away. But we are going to see Earthshaker moving once again in here towards the middle lane. 747 might be in a bit of trouble if Queen of Pain just levels up his stream at level 5. But nope, there you go. Heals up completely, and with the 2 blinks up here on the Dire, I mean, CCNC on the Queen of Pain will always be able to actually just get out, leveling up his dagger quite a bit, just trying to force the Mirana out of lane. I doubt they'll be able to get that second kill here with the Earthshaker, but keep in mind, there is a level 1 arrow, level 1 fissure, and there you go, arrow into fissure as well, doing quite a bit of damage, but it's not enough, and they did not really time that well. And that's just going to be the story of the game. The blinks will always be there for the side of the Dire, and here comes PPD. Not really going to do anything to the Sven other than just keep him out, zone him out the whole time, or as much as possible. TP going to see any kind of kills here. Here comes Misery, still level 1. He wanted to actually hit that level 2, but they're going in, trying to go for the Sven right now. The stun does come through from Flea, who's going to be the first blood, or not the first blood, but the first kill here on the top lane. PPD might actually drop to the 1-for-1 trade-off right now. The Sven for the Shadow Shaman, but they're going to get more. Pycat getting a double kill. This is the start that the anti-mage wanted, and very well played.
My thanks.
CCNC might be in a bit of trouble himself, but there's no leap. There's of course a regen bottle up here for the Mirana. But a good trade-off here on the top lane, getting that 2-for-1 and getting a double kill up here on Pycat. That means he will get his Ring of Health up as well as a standard Ring of Regen. He's going to be okay in lane, and they might just even leave him there completely. And if they do leave him here, this does of course open up the entire map. It does open up Clockwork to rotate a lot more. The rest of the supports rotate, and you can actually see PPD moving in towards the bottom lane. Is there going to be anything here on the middle lane? Nope. Look, PPD might actually scout out. Check here. Yep. Well, they both scout each other out and they just decide to back off. Aren't really going to do anything. Misery's also busy running towards the bottom lane. This is going to be a try on try. And I think we might just get a good fight coming through here. Zai going straight in here onto the ancient apparition. A good stun coming through right now. Followed up by Storm. Oh, by Ritsu. Ritsu going in for another Storm Hammer. However, PPD comes in with a good shackle. They want to go for more. Who are they actually going to be able to kill? Is it going to be Ritsu? The battery assault coming through. Ritsu. Zai getting actually a double kill there. Managing to get the ancient apparition. Now they want to go in for more. Earthshaker. He's going to be the next person to drop. And Zai, to one, the only, gets a triple kill. Getting Zai a couple of early levels up like that, a couple of kills up, having a full Ring of Aquila up this early is actually helping him tremendously, and he's just going to be able to push out and bully out this lane, 3 levels up in Plague Ward, so he's going to start pushing this with the Plague Wards as much as possible. Bottom Shrine is going to be used now, and we might just see another engagement again towards the bottom lane. Is there any level 6 up just yet? Level 6 up on Quap, but of course no ultimate up just yet. Clockwork still level 3, but this roaming this roaming clock is doing quite a bit, just keeping the side of VGJ on the back foot the whole time. 6 minutes in, 2-5 is the kill score, and let's have a look. Anti-Mage versus Darkseer, a tale as old as time itself. I remember watching this in TR1. But bottom lane, 3 heroes here for the side of the Dire, trying to push out this way, or this tier 1 tower bot, just to open up a lot more space. And I do like this from CCNC, keeping around this area of the map the whole time, just to make sure that he is okay. But they do scan out. They will get Stan King. Unfortunately, he knows he's scouted out. He's only level 4, and there's the shackle. Misery, is he going to try and steal this? Who's going to get it? Nope. Currently sitting on 4-0. This is of course going to be the death of the bottom tier 1 tower as well. They do have a clear, so they can delay it a little bit. But as soon as that is down, you're going to start seeing a lot more rotations coming through from the Dire. And VG.Storm. Can they actually get a kill here onto CCNC? The stun, unfortunately, is not there in time. And even Sven tipping in here towards the middle lane. Let's have a look here. Misery might actually scout out the Sven. There you go. Battery Assault's going to be used instantly, and it's just a disengage. Bottom tier 1 tower has also fallen. Rest in peace.
He's mine.
And 2-6, 8 minutes in. Let's have a quick look at the net worth. Currently, Zai leading the charge here with 3,800. Quite a bit ahead of 747 here, or Ryuya. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Up here on the Storm. On the Mirana. But Pycat, he's also busy farming up. He's finding a decent amount of farm. They will not scout him with the arrow. Currently sitting on 3,400 himself, so only 200 behind the Mirana that was actually running mid. And the Mirana did quite well for herself. So VG.Storm, they're just pushing out the tier 1 tower top as well. They should be able to get this. There is no glyph available. The problem is on the retreat, they might be in quite a bit of trouble if the side of Dire is actually going to push up. So they're just staying around here and here with their smoke up, just to make sure that there's no kind of wraparound. No scouting up.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Queen of Pain does have her Scream up right now, as well as a Sonic Wave. 4 levels up in Scream, 1 level up in Sonic Wave. A lot of damage that can be done. They're going to wait for Zai to actually get that ultimate up as well. Then they're probably just going to start moving together, group up, and go for a couple of kills. Currently, not as many kills as I would have liked. I like an action-packed game. I'm a solo cast, and it does help out quite a lot. But we do need a couple of levels up here. Wait, Misery's actually running in. There's a ultimate coming through from Mirana. Arrow flying through as well, hitting the Clockwork. Are we going to see any kind of counter engagement here? Nope, Clockwork is just going to drop. And Snaking, he just runs around here, makes sure that no one else comes in. Good kill for the side of VG.Storm. But Zai on this bottom lane already putting pressure on the tier 2 bottom. And that's 4 levels up in his Plague Ward. Just going to do a little bit of chip damage here and there, probably bring this down little by little, trying to force someone from VGJ.Storm to actually rotate bottom, which will open up possibly a couple of kill potential or, gang potentials coming out here for the side of the Dire. But Clockwork still being level 4. They need that level 6 up on him. Level 9, quickly just having a look through all the levels. Level 6 is up on the Shadow Shaman, so we might actually see a push coming through here on the middle lane. And yep, Misery's there. He's just hiding in the trees.
Illusion.
Oh, this is going to be a massive fight. Misery might actually get caught out here. Misery runs in. He's going in with his Badger Assault. Not actually up just yet. Back out. So I thought there was going to be a massive fight there, but Misery runs into two heroes and he's just like, nope, I'm not going in there. I'm getting the hell out. And he starts running towards the bottom lane, making sure that Zai's actually still protected over here. And he manages to get his level 5, I think. Clockwork. Nope, still level 4. TCNT might be in a bit of trouble right now. The arrow comes through. Unfortunately, it's a bit too late. Could not chain stun it. And being that close here, I mean, he probably would have only got 1 second arrow up. So they would not have been able to get the kill. But there's a smoke wrap around here coming in for VGJ. It will actually get scouted out. Who's it going to be on Zai? Yeah, there you go. Zai actually gets stunned up. The arrow comes through, it misses. However, the ancient apparition ulti also misses. Everything going wrong here for the side of VGJ.Storm. They're missing ultis, they're missing stuns, they're missing arrows, and guess what? They're missing kills. Have a look here on the bottom lane. Snake King might be in a bit of trouble. He is getting pinged out right now, but once again, well, there is a level 2 shackle up, so they can possibly actually go for the kill here on Snake King if they can wrap around. But I don't think they will. Zai, once again, he's just farming up as much as possible. He'll have his Pipe of Insight up as well. Bottom 2 tower, slowly but surely taking chip damage, and
Radiant are scared.
the Mirana just casting Moonlight Shadow. They're trying to go for a kill, and Zai just smells that out completely. They'll be able to get out. PPD will also be able to TP out in 1 second. Moonlight Shadow. Oh, is the TP going to be there? Is there going to be a vacuum? Vacuum being... Oh, no vacuum being used there at all. So Moonlight Shadow being used and nothing gained from this. Not a lot is actually happening on the map right now. 2,000 in favor of the Dire. Not a significant lead. Experience only around 1,000 in their favor as well. So let's have a quick look here. Wait, they do scout out Risky right now. Pycat does get stunned up himself, but TCNC does have a double damage, and this is going to be the end of Risky. He just tries to do what he can. Pycat, well, they give him the kill. They give him a free kill. 13 minutes in, he does have his battle fear as well as a poor man shield. Not the fastest in the world, but considering... Oh, wait, let's have a look here. Misery, he might actually get dropped. Are they going to be able to do anything about it? No. So near level 1 Ancient Apparition Ultimate, they won't actually be able to get the kill. PPT, however, does die. Where was that? Towards the bottom side of the map. But TCNC comes in and gets a good counter. And exchanging your Mirana for a Shadow Shaman, I'll take that trade any day of the week. Misery hearing that level 6. He's been eyeing this level 6 for quite a while. There you go. Clockwork, he gets his hookshot out, going back to base. We'll heal up full, and then we'll probably start looking for a rotation or two. Queen of Pain, let's have a quick look here. Queen of Pain does not have her, well, does not have her ultimate up just yet, so they might just wait for that to actually come up. Venom Monster, there you go. 2 levels up in Poison Nova, and are we just going to see the entire team of the Dire just grouping up on the bottom lane, getting this tier 2 tower down? Docs here, he has to be very careful here. He does not have a lot of HP as well as not a lot of mana. He, of course, does have a soul ring to use if need be. And the rest of the Dire, let's quickly have a look. How far is this Blink Dagger coming up? Still quite far away, working. Well, he does have his mana boots up if he wants it. But just keeping the money for now. Trying to decide if he needs to go for the mana boots or just get that Blink Dagger up just so that they can get the quick initiation. Stan King, he's quite poor as well himself. Look at the rest of the team here. Sen, slowly but surely getting his farm up as well, but sitting on 4,700 versus his counter up on the anti-mage sitting on 6,600. Storm might be in quite a bit of trouble right now if the side of the Dire decide to wrap around or TP in. But here's the fake back smoke, maybe. Back up, smoke, and then go in. There you go. Moonlight Shadow also being used. And will VG.Storm actually be able to get anything? This time PPD might be in quite a bit of trouble. The smoke will get popped. However, there, oh, a double smoke coming through, and here you go. Anchor slam onto 2 heroes. The vacuum into a wall, as well as the ancient apparition, blows up 2 heroes from the Dire. And that's exactly what VG.Storm needed to get back into this. The Dire just splitting up a little bit too much, not actually utilizing their big team fight that they do have. Or their counter team fight, if I can put it that way. And with this Mirana ultimate, they managed to get 2 heroes. They will be able to farm up in the enemy jungle, try and restrict the anti-mage's space to farm. But AM, well, he's doing exactly the same, pushing out bottom lane. Bottom tier 2 tower has already fallen. And AM is just going to be farming around this area of the map as much as possible. We do have a very deep wall to see if anyone comes in towards the bottom lane, but Ancient Apparition... No, that's not Ancient Apparition. Scanning through. And let's have a look here. We have not seen a single Venom ult just yet. Bible of Insight has been purchased up, and there's still a tier 2 or tier 1 tower here on the middle lane. So slowly but surely, VG.Storm bringing this game back from an early lead.
Radiant's middle tower is
Let's
under
have a
attack.
look. The Dire, they want to push. They want to team fight now. They know there's a couple of ultis that are on cooldown. Earthshaker, as well as the Dark Shear, etc. So let's have a look. Clockwork. Is there going to be a hook shot coming through from him? Yes, no, maybe. I don't know. Not just yet. Standing all the way back. They're just doing chip damage onto the tier 1 tower. They'll be okay with that. Queen of Pain, of course, having the Veil of Discord up, manages to clear out the creep wave very fast. And VG.Storm can't really do anything about this. I'm quite surprised that they have 3 heroes here mid towards... Oh, wow. Okay, never mind. Mirana getting that denied. That is quite massive. But keeping 3 heroes here mid means the entire side of the Dire can just push out, split push, farm up where they need to. But there's a back smoke. Basically faking 3 heroes back, smoking up, trying to protect this. And can they jump onto Zai right now? Makes the fall will be everything being thrown at him. Ancient Apparition ultimate, the stun, as well as the surge coming in, and the arrow. And that's basically ended the 4 times kill streak for Zai, giving a significant amount of, well, gold over to the Ancient Apparition. The Ancient Apparition was quite poor to start off with, so a big boost going the way of VG.Storm. They want to go for more. They want to try and see if they can catch anyone out right now. And there you go. Unfortunately, not managing to use vacuum or the stun or hit anyone. But that just means VGJ will push up a little bit, farm up, and the problem though is the Dire just playing this ratty game.
Is mine.
8 for 8, it's basically a kill a minute, just under a kill a minute, but it doesn't feel like a lot's happening. No big team fight, it's just quick picks in and out, in and out.
Go for me.
Let's have a look here. Shadow Shaman busy hiding in the tree line. I did hear an ultimate coming through here. Mirana, Moonlight Shadow. Ooh, will they actually be able to catch anyone? There's no smoke to actually follow up on this. And they might actually decide to go on Misery. Misery is on the middle lane, but they also won't be able to get to him in time. Moonlight Shadow has worn off. They will be scouted out soon. As soon as they head in towards this middle lane. Yeah. And once again, everything just being an extremely slow game right now. The Dire know that they lost a big lead, so they're just trying to split push up as much as possible. I really want a couple of big fights. To be honest, Immortal versus DC gave those to me. It was amazing. And wait, here's an Ancient Apparition ultimate flying through. Not going to hit onto anyone before. Never mind.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
The DC versus Immortal games were just constant action, and for a solo caster, that's amazing because you could just, you know, hype the entire game up. But as soon as things just slow down, you know, we haven't seen a kill in quite a while. moving forward has been extremely like even pace. As you can see, like 1 or 2 kills here, 1 or 2 kills there, but no big team fights, no big pressure. But it's around 20 minutes right now. Anti-Mage does have a Yasha up. We'll be building in towards that Manta style. We might start seeing a couple of team fights coming through. The hook shot, I haven't even seen a single hook shot actually land and make a big difference. Everyone's just trying to farm up and do whatever they can. Blink Dagger is queued up on Sven right now. This will also give him a bit more mobility to be able to farm up. Sven's slowly but surely actually making his way back into this game in regards of farm. I mean, he was quite far behind. And Dogs here, Snaking as well as Flea and Snacking. I'm not quite sure what they're doing over here because these three together can't actually really get any kills, but they're trying to do as much as they can. Once again, just drawing heroes here for the Dire towards the top lane. These three, I'm just trying to have a look. Can they, well, with a good vac into Ancient Apparition ulti, into Echo and a Blink, they could possibly get a kill on a couple of heroes. But yeah, no. Mirana's actually using Moonlight Shadow right now. Possibly, are they looking for the engage on the top lane, or is this just to actually get back? More just a zoning and a scouting kind of Moonlight Shadow. We're going to see like a rogue arrow flying through, trying to hit here onto PPD. PPD might actually be in a bit of trouble here if he gets spotted out. Oh, PPD runs straight into Flea. Flea might actually see that. The pings are there. Everyone's busy pinging it out, and ES just blinks out. Once again, no kills, no nothing. Everyone's just farming it up. Wait for a Hand of Midas, guys. Dire want to take this to a long game. I don't want that. I want action, guys. Come on. Queen of Pain slowly but surely building up towards a BKB. That might actually be go time for the Dire as well to actually group up. But then again, I thought the level 6 up on the Clockwork would be go time for them to try and force a fight, for them to try and actually get something out of it.
What surge is this?
But nope. Dogs here right now. What does he have? Not working up towards a Blink Dagger, just going for a Force Staff. They do know the slow and the damage over time that's coming in here from the Dire, but here we might actually see an engagement coming through. Zai might be in a bit of trouble. There's a back, there's a wall, there's an Ancient Apparition ultimate flying through. It is actually going to hit onto one. Zai does manage to get his ultimate off as well, but it's only onto one hero. Storm, or not Storm, Ritsu comes in. He will get his Fade Bolt onto Zai as well, and this will be the end of Zai. Once again, the Dire splitting it up, and they want to... I'm not quite sure. They do have good fight, but they aren't utilizing it. They aren't utilizing the Shadow Shaman ultimate either. They aren't grouping up. They aren't pushing it out. And they're just trying to outfarm, because they do have an anti-mage. Keep that in mind. They're trying to outfarm the side of VGJ.Storm, but the problem is VGJ actually gets a couple of kills. They'll be able to get a tower every single time, or they'll start pushing, they'll start doing a lot more. And I'm not sure Dire should be okay with it, or will be okay with it. But let's have a look. Is there going to be a hook shot? There's the first hook shot as well. Unfortunately, it's not going to do anything. And it's typical anti-mage gaming. Dire just trying to defend up as much as possible. Having a look at the net worth, 4K ahead. There's a 4K net worth difference between the anti-mage as well as the Sven, but there's only a 2K net worth advantage for the Dire. So VGJ.Storm's actually doing extremely well here considering, and they might just want to try and press the advantage, but it seems like, yeah, there you go. The first smoke is up. 3 heroes here once again moving around. There is no Echo Slam up. I think this might just be a scouting mission here for them. Moonlight Shadow is used as well. Are they going to jump in? PPD might be in a lot of trouble right now. He does get blocked up just a little bit. Will they go for the kill? Nope. They might have gone for the wrong kill. PPD gets a long range vision stun, and that's going to be the end of it. There's the back. He gets stunned up. And a good kill once again coming up here for VGJ.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Having a look here, Quap. I mean, You know, Quap has a BKB up. I do like the Quap pick, but they should be 4 managers. They should be moving together. The Quap, the Shadow Shaman, the Venom Monster, the Clockwork. Everyone should be moving together with AM split pushing up in a different lane. And then they have enough damage. They have enough damage over time. They have enough burst. They have the Shadow Shaman wards that they can fight around. But at this point, they're just, you know, they just seem to be delaying the game out, getting the anti-mage farmed as hell. There's still 3k in the game, keep that in mind. Butterfly is going to be coming up very soon here for the anti-mage. And there is a lot of lockdown though, keep that in mind. There's a lot of lockdown here on the side of VGJ.Storm. So let's have a look. Will they decide to jump Pycat here, or I think they might just back out on this? Yeah, oh, hookshot coming through, narrowly missing. And Droya on the Mirana, just pushing out on the bottom lane, also building up towards his own BKB.
No for me.
A passive game currently, only 19 kills in, 26 minutes into the game. Not a lot of team fight happening. Quick burst, pick off here or there. And I'm actually not sure who that favors more. I mean, in my opinion, this is still extremely even. The side of VGJ Jr., they're behind in regards to net worth as well as experience. And the Dire, they're just playing clinical Dota right now. Making sure they actually get it. Oh, Zai actually gets clipped here with the Frostbite here. Generation Ultimate flying through. And hey, we haven't seen Serpent Wards in a long time. They are drop shit just to do a bit of chip damage. And there you go. Dire, they clip up their tower and everyone decides to back off. TPs are out as well. And the Dire, playing on the Dire. They decide to back off. Go back to farming and let Pycat get his butterfly up. Next item, Basher or BKB? Let's quickly compare the 2 carries up right now. Sven does have a Blink Dagger up as well as Mask of Madness and a Echo Saber. Oh wait, he has a Moonlight Shadow. This might be a big team fight. All 10 heroes are here towards the middle lane. There's the blink in here from Richard as well. There will be stun coming through as well. A huge Queen of Pain ultimate coming through. There is a Ancient Apparition all flying through. Unfortunately, only 2 heroes have dropped right now. The Queen of Pain BKB is really paying off. It's a 2 for 2 per trade-off. But this is where the anti-mage comes in and starts to shine. He just blinks straight in and drains the mana of the Storm. Ultra kill coming through for Pycat. And, well, we were wondering what's happening and is there any team fight coming through. I actually didn't think this was going to turn so badly because the Queen of Pain managed to get a good ult off, but unfortunately Veno just popped. No Pipe of Insight cost, no Hurricane Pie cost, and no Poison Nova. And because of that, the fight just went the way of the Dire. To be honest, I didn't hype that up as much because I wasn't sure what was happening there. It just seemed like a bunch of misplays coming through, but hey, Anti-Mage just came in straight away. Butterfly being active there, Manta as well being active, and he just destroyed the side of VGJ.Storm, not VG Jr. Having a quick look here, what could the side of VGJ.Storm done there differently? Ancient Apparition Ultimate flew through heads, I think, got the 2 heroes. Darkseer back wall, didn't really catch on to a lot of them. I think Darkseer maybe has to just stand in the back line a little bit longer, let the Sven go in, let the turnaround on the Sven, and then follow up. But the problem is, then they burst the Sven, then you don't have any follow-up damage. So who else is going to tank? Like, go front? Aegis of the Immortal up here on the Anti-Mage, and all of a sudden, the Dire just look very strong. 6k net worth lead. Not very exciting Dota, but very clinical Dota coming to here from PPD's team.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And that's another tier 2 tower that has fallen. And look here, there's the ward being dropped here, level 10 ward, so it's only level 1 fast certain wards up right now. And Anti-Mage, he's just really dodging it out, taking a tier 3 tower. There's the wall coming through, just getting at least one Anti-Mage illusion. Is it going to be enough? Or are they going to be backing out? There's a hook shot up, there's ultimate up on the Venom Monster. They don't necessarily have to back, they can fake back this if they want to. And we do hear a jump coming through. Wow. That's the big power of his Sven. If he jumps with his war cry up as well, they might be able to get a couple more kills here. Fetal Pain does manage to use a BKB and blinks out the time. But Sven wants to go in for more. The amount of damage that the Sven does is just so much. But here's Anti-Mage. He wants to go in. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any vision on anyone. There's the bashes onto the Mirana. Mirana might be the first person to die here from the Anti-Mage's side. And the Fetal Pain does get a good Sonic Wave off. And they will get the double kill here. Pycat jumping back in, getting the kill there onto Richu as well. And Anti-Mage all of a sudden 9-0. This game just turned on its head within 2 minutes. But then again, it was a long 2 minutes in the making.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
With 2 heroes down, they do not have buyback at this point. This might actually be the first lane of Rax to fall, and that's another kill coming through here for the Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage does have a Blink Dagger up, well, it's not Blink Dagger, but it's Blink up if he wants to go for it. Does not manage to get a Lucky Bash or anything, and that's going to be the first tier 3 tower to drop here. Pycat claiming it as well, currently 10k ahead of the next person, which is the Mirana. Anti-Mage, okay, I take everything back, you know. Sure, they were losing a lot, but they let Pycat farm, and that's the power of the Anti-Mage coming through here. Anti-Mage, of course, does still have his the Aegis of the Immortal up. He might just decide to turn around and fight here, or he just backs off. 2 heroes are still dead. He had Aegis down, he had Abyssal God's Panther when he came back. But nope, playing it safe, playing, you know, just securing the game at this point. 12k net worth lead in favor of the Dire. And with the Blink forced off up here on the Earthshaker, they can try and defend this, but they can't get caught out like they just did outside of their base. If they can fight inside of the base, have the Ancient Apparition all the way back in well, to get a good ulti off, and then have the Mirana coming through. Mirana's not doing that much damage just yet, but it's still enough to do quite a bit. Have the Darkshare follow up with a good back wall. The side of the Dire, they're not out of this at all just yet. However, PPD's team, they're just so composed. It just seems like objective gaming at its best. And unfortunately, Stan King, yep, you're gonna die. One more. Oh, the dodges! The dodges here from CCNC. However, we might see more engagements coming through. Zaya actually popping his ultimate coming. Is there actually going to be any kind of hook shot? There is no hook shot available, but CCNC does use a BKB. Multiple BKBs being popped here. Another one to turn around. Pycat's going in. He wants to get the kill here onto the Darkshare. Darkshare does not have anything, and is just going to be destroyed here by the Anti-Mage. I'm just going to follow the Anti-Mage here, guys. Watch him move. Watch him work. Going in onto the Sven. And I think this game is just slowly but surely turning on its head for the side of VGJ Jr. or VGJ.Storm. Good Echo Slam coming through. Was actually able to get a good kill off there. There's a back wall as well as the Echo Slam. One hero down for the side of the Dire. Multiple buybacks, I think, coming out here for VGJ.Storm. And with Anti-Mage still being alive, they can't really do much. He still has Aegis. That's the big problem here. Ancient Apparition also flying through. Actually got to catch onto 2 heroes right now. Now they want to jump onto the Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage though is still alive. He does have his Aegis. Keep that in mind. Sai might be in quite a bit of trouble. He is just trying to draw them away, move them away from the rest of his team. There you go. Clockwork drops now. And they want more. They want this Anti-Mage, but yeah, not the right hero to chase. And there you go. Going on to PPD. Making sure that they get the kill. Getting a stun, but really blocking his team out. The problem is... oh, the melee Rax is still alive. I can't believe that. Top Rax was taken. Melee Rax barely alive and now regenning like a boss. Well, the Dire overextending there. I'm quite surprised that that Pycat didn't just stay a lot longer and try and draw as much into him as possible, considering he had the Aegis. But with his BKB up on the Anti-Mage, I'm not quite sure how the VGJ.Storm is actually going to be able to deal with this. Full Abyssal, this is a 6-slotted Anti-Mage. Moving in towards getting just more attack speed there as well. And after that, well, yeah, he's completely 6-slotted at 34 minutes into the game.
Shadows.
The next item here going to be for Darkshare building up towards that. Shiva's, oh wait, he has a Lotus Orb. Roy, But let's have a look here. There you go, jumping in onto Zai. Zai does have his ultimate. Can he actually get enough time to pop it? He is still alive for some reason, but he didn't manage to get anything done. And there you go. Here comes Anti-Mage. He jumps straight in with his BKB. The Queen of Pain ultimate coming through as well. That's a godlike Pycat. Another one moving forward. A fight that started perfectly for the side of VG.J.Storm just went horribly wrong. Because why? Guess what? There's an Anti-Mage there, and sure, Anti-Mage is being chain stunned up right now. Is he going to move in for it? Yes, he does. Going in onto the Queen of Pain. GG, well play is being called. This Anti-Mage got another triple kill. He wants to go in for more. He wants to do a lot more. He is currently sitting 16-0-1. No assist for the Anti-Mage, basically. But he got all the kills. He got all the farm. He got everything he wanted. Pycat just destroyed the side of VG.J.Storm. A lot of action towards the end of the game, but considering that it's 21-23 scoreline, we waited a long time for a lot of those kills. Thanks so much for staying around during the early stages. Solo casting is so damn hard when things are slow. I'm not saying boring, because it wasn't boring at all.